Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Yes, I'm in a Different Area. Please don't bring it up, you will hurt my feelings. So obviously you guys can tell that I'm somewhere else and not in my apartment. And the reason being is because I'm just back in LA. You guys might actually recognize this place as my set for my last shows, such as Tollgate and my Ian videos, which also just may be known as my bedroom. And you know, that is what it is. So I'm just stuck here for a bit. I know it's kind of an eyesore, but you have to deal with it, because so do I. I thought that we should go back to making some movie reviews because I haven't done one in a while and I really have wanted to do it, but you know, I just haven't really had the time. The movie in question today is a 2015 film, Klinger, starring Vincent Martella, which, if you didn't know, plays Phineas from Phineas and Ferb, who is also the secret lead singer of Green Day. I walk a lonely road, the only one that I have ever known. But you guys already knew that. You guys already knew. I hope you guys already knew that because it's so funny. So Klinger opens with a shot of our main character running and their love interest Robert, who is playing the guitar on the benches, I guess. And it's kind of weird how it's very empty, because if it wasn't empty, I don't think they really would have met. The only reason they really met was basically on the fact that it had to be empty. So anyway, she ends up falling and Robert ends up helping her.
I need you to pop it in.
I can't do that.
Hold directly away from my body without any sudden movement.
I can do this.
Damn it!
I think I should call 911.
So she tells this random person to fix her arm instead of walking up to the nurse and being like, fix my arm.
Oh my god!
I mean, sure, you know, just trust this guy that you don't even know.
I'm Robert.
I'm Fern. Want to hang out on Friday, Robert?
So we're introduced to Fern's sister Kelsey, who is jobless and just reminds her to bring a condom. That's it. It's the introduction of her character. And between you and I, she's my favorite character. You'll see why at the end of the movie, but she's hilarious.
Hey. Mom!
So they end up going to their first date.
Actually, we don't have to drive anywhere.
In Robert's front yard. And so he ends up playing this song to Fern.
This is a work in progress. Fern, Fern, Fern.
Very original lyrics. So we're introduced to Fern's friend, and basically her catchphrase is Eskimo! She's basically this walking joke where she's innocent, but all the jokes she makes are very dirty in nature, but she just doesn't know it's because she's innocent.
Oh, and don't forget to swallow love and pride, because relationships are about compromise.
So we also have a love montage.
Happy 1 month anniversary.
And what I found out was actually that this song is from a weird short film about almost gay guys, which is the only way I could put it. Anyway, so I just thought it was funny that for some reason they got that and was like,
yes, we need to put that in our comedy horror movie.
And 3-week anniversary.
Now the thing with me is that this actually kind of annoys me how movies put musical cues in things that wouldn't make that noise. You might see these with jump scares, where there's a cat that just walks by, but for some reason there's a cat wouldn't make that noise if that actually happened, and it kind of breaks the immersion. This also does the same thing because a picture doesn't make a noise.
Where do you see yourself in a year? At MIT, running for the track team, and studying neuroscience.
And he has an enormous, throbbing heart.
It sure is swell, kiddo. When she does part, it hurts my heart. Fern, Fern, Fern.
Damn, we got a remix to the Fern song.
He has nice hair. And
so then he just fucking dies. You remember Marion Crane from Psycho? You remember Charlie from Hereditary? They died 30 minutes into their movies. This guy died in 10. That's how you know this is a cinematic
masterpiece.
What kind of small town bullshit is this? Putting pictures of Robert on all the lockers? How many people knew him? Anyway, so then they also try to force this weird thing between this football character, Harlan, and Fern. It just seems weird. And I didn't really catch on to it until like the second or third time that they tried to do it. And yeah, they do it often. Also, a weird thing is that most of these scenes aren't scored, so the majority of the jokes just seem really weird and don't really fit into each other.
If you slow down, I swear to God, I will scream loudly in your face!
Anyway, so we're introduced to Kelsey's Instagram comedian of a boyfriend, which if you didn't know means that he's just misogynistic and is a sex addict. So Fern's pasta turns into a heart, and the Fern song ends up playing from the radio. So Fern spends some time looking for a ghost hunter, and it turns out that the closest one is actually her coach.
Go away, Fern.
So we end up getting 3 weird rules of ghosts. Number 1, that you have to stand upside down and say their name 3 times. Number 2, they can't move farther from where they've already spent time with the person that summoned them. And number 3, only the person who summoned them can see them. And to be honest, it's actually pretty nice animation. I mean, it actually kind of fits the tone of the movie. I mean, it's not necessarily bad, and it doesn't just feel out of place. It's actually really good animation, and I'm not gonna lie when I have to compliment a movie. So anyway, she summons Robert, and he finds out that he's dead.
Dean, I suggest you leave right now, or I'm gonna pull up your personal website.
I'm outie.
What website? Babe! What website?
What kind of a reaction was that? That's not a proper reaction to that statement. Just
Don't even let me get me started.
well, she asked. Anyway, so Robert needs some alone time that he spends at his own grave, and in the most unfunny way to show a group of dead people, they just show the most surface level jokes with "these people are dead." And he ends up getting this discounted handbook for the recently deceased from Beetlejuice.
Good morning, Patrick Moore. Hi. My friends and I are here to tell you that grief is okay. Anyone? Fern, come on up here.
Have you heard about Javier?
Yes. He is dead now, and he's not coming back.
That doesn't seem to be the appropriate music to be playing right about now. So Fern is in denial about the death of Robert, and pretends to continue that he's still alive and pretend that they're still dating.
In 2 weeks, we have the biggest goddamn meet of the year. The Patrick Moore Invitation.
Woo! Yeah!
If you lollygag, I will shit on you.
So Robert finds out from the coach that Fern is going to MIT. I mean, he's understandably upset, but the level of upset he is not okay.
Are you trying to leave me?
No, it's only 4 years.
MIT is overrated anyways.
What?
I would love to, Robert.
I have cheese. This is goat cheese. Like the goatiest of goat cheese. I've also got wine.
How did he get that wine? I mean, he's not of age. And don't tell me some weird ghost magic, you know? How did he get a bottle of wine that she can also drink? How did he get that?
Do you know anything about ghosts?
We do not care about this relationship. It's leading to nothing. Stop it. It's so hand-fisted, I swear. So Jenny, this high school pretty girl, ends up leaving the lab and leaving Fern to deal with Robert trying to make it a date.
Why, Robert? I know you're trying to be cute, but creepy music and ghost magic isn't cute.
Don't you mean royalty-free music?
Eskimo. He wrote a song on his guitar for you. I got so wet from that. My eyes, they teared up so much.
You know, when I first saw this, I actually thought that was Kelsey. So I was wondering why she was being such a dick. Until I realized that they just look a lot alike. The actresses look very similar.
We have a strong connection, and I have a huge collection.
So Fern and Robert end up having ghost sex, and I'm pretty sure that everyone in the house can hear them making these noises.
We are having sex.
We're having sex.
Fern, can you help me with the... Oh, sorry. Oh, God, I feel like the mom from Black Swan. Ew.
So.
Look at this scene. Look at this scene. It even looks like an Instagram comedy sketch. You know what? Just to prove my point, I'm going to make it one. I'm going to make it a bad Instagram comedy sketch. Here you go. Enjoy.
Can you help me with this? Oh, sorry. Oh, God, I feel like the mom from Black Swan. Ew.
So.
I had to spend time editing that. If you cringy Instagram comedians need an editor, well, give me a call. So Robert takes out a condom. Ghost condom. Which makes no sense because, I mean, he can't even get her pregnant. Then, well... At least he squirted. Can her family see that blood at all? Or is this like a Stephen King's It situation? Wouldn't her neighbors think that she murdered someone that night? Or just had one of the world's worst periods? So Jenny invites Fern to her party and she drinks to forget about Robert. Is this really a cause for all 200 of these people to leave the party? Anyways, Fern starts to regain her life a bit. And as hand-fisted as this relationship may seem, this party is kind of cute.
Best day ever! Woo! Sorry, bro.
So Robert tries to cut Harlan's dick off. And I just love how this whole movie's logic can just be described by this one line.
Go science! Shut the fuck up!
So Fern is given this gun that can pretty much stun any ghost, and she's stuck in a car while the Fern song plays and begins to drown her in stuffed animals and rose petals. Bad CGI! You know what that means!
I wish I had a boyfriend who would go to town on me with gifts like these.
So Fern is starting to see that other people are getting accepted to MIT, so now she's getting a little bit worried whether she's even been accepted or not. Also, the film starts putting these weird transitions with Robert. They just kind of feel very out of place. Like, do they not know how to just transition to the next scene? Robert tries to convince Fern to commit Hannah Baker and die, but she ends up running off to Kelsey, who's been having sex with her Instagram man.
Oh, fuck, you're still here.
Babe, came up with a safe word. Yeah, look who finally decided to join in. Hey, come here, Fern.
You are disgusting!
Oh, and Fern's friend arrives too.
I brought you a load of goodies for your meet tomorrow.
They end up getting in a fight.
Fern, if I can't come in your front door, can I come in your back door? Okay.
I cheated on you with the Waffle House waitress with the huge tits.
Oh, you're very good. Oh my God.
Oh my fucking God.
And Kelsey is hacked by an axe to the shoulder.
Kelsey.
Dean.
Fern.
Wait, fuck you.
So we find out that Robert will try to sabotage the meet tomorrow. And if you still care, for some reason, that, of course, will ruin her chances to going to MIT. So the coach ends up leaving town, but she doesn't leave us empty-handed. In fact, she gives us a whole sad backstory.
When I was your age, I was in a car accident. The car accident killed my mother and my granny.
They came back as love ghosts. We were so happy they tried to make me join them. I vanquished my own mother.
And to this day, my granny haunts me. Bitter and alone.
So then Fern and Robert prepare for the war between them. Fern with her friends and family, and Robert with an army of the dead.
Robert, I hate you.
Robert, I hate you!
I'll never love you, Robert.
You still love me. I know you do.
Go to hell, Robert Klinger.
You know, when I first watched this movie, I didn't think that's how it would end. But hey, that's cool. So the war starts and Kelsey is left with crowd control. And to be quite honest, she saves the movie for me.
Okay, people, nothing to see here, just a group of people putting on a show, an innocent little show. What you're seeing is a play. Very experimental piece. Very avant-garde.
Fern's my best friend. I have to go help her.
just such a good person.
Friend, I'm coming. No. Oh, no, you dumb hoe. Get back here.
Some more oddly choreographed scenes and Jenny's hand getting chopped off. The coach returns.
I'm back, motherfuckers!
And fights off the ghosts alongside Fern and friends.
This is all perfectly explicable by the rules of science.
I don't love you. I don't love you. I don't love you. I don't love you.
Robert and Fern have a heart-to-heart.
There's someone up there for you, but it's not me.
When you remember me, can you try to remember the good times? Whenever you can? If you can?
And he can finally move on to his next phase of death.
Thank you, everyone, and good night.
So I was wondering if maybe you would like to next weekend go for dinner or something?
No. You can't end the movie like this. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Actually, I think I want to stay single for a while.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We can still stay friends.
Oh. Okay.
You think that's gonna work out?
I have no idea.
What? That's it? Well, that was kind of anticlimactic. Now, in conclusion, the film was by no means good, but, I mean, it was passable. The cinematography was just stale and bland. I mean, it reminded me of a YouTube original movie or a Disney Channel original movie. If they had worked on it to look a little bit more visually appealing, then yeah, it might have been a good movie. I mean, the sound design was also kind of shit, and there was almost no score, so, I mean, the scenes just felt strangely out of place within each other. Now, I'm not saying that it needs to be amazing cinematography or a beautiful score, or even that it's supposed to be an artsy film. I'm not saying every film, in order to be good, needs to be artsy. But I'm saying that if you want it to be decent, at least just put a little bit more effort into making it look visually appealing. Because, I mean, shot, reverse shot, this entire movie, and it just kind of gets repetitive, and it just doesn't look good anymore, and you're just like, eh. But I am saying that besides the story writing, which was not bad, I mean, the world building was great, you know, they should have just focused a little bit more on the technical side of this movie. And I'm even kidding myself when I say that the story is great. I mean, they're passable at best, like I had said. All they need is just better delivery, better editing, and just better production. But you know what? This is probably someone's favorite movie. And the thing is that I'm a nitpicker, not a movie reviewer. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like these kinds of videos, make sure you subscribe because I try to post every week whenever I can. Thank you MD Plays for subscribing to the channel. I hope you're having a wonderful day today. Thank you John Gonzalez for subscribing to the channel. I hope you're having a great day. And thank you The Great Cool Light for subscribing to the channel while I was filming this video. Thank you so much for subscribing. I hope you're also having such a wonderful day today. And now join me next time when I have my head stuck in a toilet and die, only to come back to raise an army of the dead. Bye-bye!